Hello and welcome to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. Thanks for tuning into the channel. God bless you. I hope you all are having a great summer here in Texas. I'm in the suburb of Dallas, Texas, Ovilla. Uh, it's been hot, but this week some great weather in the upper 80s, low 90s. Great weather. But again, hey, thanks for tuning into the channel. If you have not subscribed to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And for those who've already subscribed, hey, God bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're still growing. We're chugging right along. Hey, you know what we do? We talk about church, politics, sex, drugs, rock and roll, anything that will help you and I make better decisions, have proper judgment in the dealings we have in this culture and this world. So, hey, everything's on the table. And let me give a disclaimer. I am right now for the time period a pastor in a church, and this is my platform where I get to be who I want to be. I've heard that there's some young ministers out there that have an issue with me expressing my political views and being a pastor. Well, yeah, hey, get over it because hey, you are you and I'm me, and that makes us both God's children. But anyway, so what do we want to talk about today? You know, we're going to talk about. We want to talk about Kamala Harris or Kamala. Is it Kamala? Or is it Kamala? Whichever one. Anyway, we're going to talk about Kamala Harris and make it clear, plain, and simple. I believe, as others believe, that she is a poor choice for Black people, period. She's a panderer. She's a race hustler. As a matter of fact, the rumor is that she only claims to be Black when it's expedient for her. But listen, that's just my point of view. Now, I've listened to her, I've watched her, and I see that she's not very good at speeches. She's not very professional. She cackles just over anything. And to me, just to me, seems like she's got some kind of drug addiction, like she's always halfway there. But hey, I'm just saying, if this is their answer to beat Donald Trump, then heaven help them, because they're going to need it. Because this woman has no clue. She has no clue. But anyway, I'm not going to just pontificate here on my own. I'm going to bring you 4 people that are going to give you their point of view on Kamala Harris. Then I will, of course, opine on it. So hold on to your seat. Let's go first to now this first individual, Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, I don't fully agree with everything Dr. Umar Johnson represents. There's some things he's far out on. He's far left on. Some of the African diaspora stuff, some of the reparation stuff, some of that stuff, man, he is way out left field. But some issues, he does make some sense. And on this issue that I'll show you, he does make a lot of sense. So without further ado, I'm going to give you the opportunity to listen to Dr. Umar Johnson giving you his take on Kamala Harris, okay?
Speaking of Kamala, right? How do you feel about her? Because I know you made a comment earlier saying that she don't claim her Black side.
House niggas, just like Barack Obama, they do what they need to do to stay close to the white power structure. She made a career locking up Black people. This is the same woman who went on international television, Art, let me remind you, about a year or two ago and said America is not a racist country. You want me to go vote for a so-called black woman who went on international television and told the world that America is not a racist country. She spit in the face of the family of Trayvon Martin. She spit in the face of the family of Breonna Taylor. She spit in the face of the family of Michael Brown, Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, Amir Locke, Dante. We can go on and on. Tamir Rice, all the Africans murdered by police, which are state-sanctioned executions. Let us be clear. The police are agents of the state. When the police kills a black person, that is a state-sponsored execution. And in response to all this racism, the execution of George Floyd, this part-time black woman.
Now, let me say right now, I totally do not agree with that the police are state-sanctioned executioners. Now, however, the young lady, Miss Massey in Chicago, who was murdered by the police 3 weeks ago, that was murder, and he should get life at the minimum. But on a wholesale basis, I will not agree that the police are sanctioned to murder black people. So let's go ahead.
Woman says America is not racist. And when I say part-time art, I'm not poking fun at her because she's being mixed race. I want to be clear. I'm poking fun at her because she can rarely be found speaking up for black people. My issue ain't her being mixed race. Nobody's responsible for how they come into this world. My issue with her is not identifying with her people. I remember another interview I saw with Kamala Harris, Art, and she said, somebody asked her, what are y'all going to do for black people? And she said, we can't pass laws just for black people. She said this, we can't do things just for black. Well, Kamala Harris, can I ask you a question, Madam Vice President? If the Democratic Party can't do anything just for black people, why did y'all pass a law only for Asians? Why did y'all pass a law only for Native Americans? Why did y'all pass a law only for transgenders? Why did y'all pass a law only for LGBTQs? Why did y'all pass a law only for immigrants? If you can't do anything just for black people, this is what she said. It came out of her mouth. If you can't do anything just for black people, how was it possible for you and President Biden to do all these other things for specific ethnic groups in this country from whose benefit no other group can take anything from? Complete contradiction. Kamala Harris is not for black people, but you.
Now, I agree with Dr. Umar there. Kamala Harris is not. Read my lips. Kamala Harris is not for black people. As he stated, they've passed laws for LGBTQ, transgenders, all these. Yes, they passed laws for those people who are going to vote for them. They passed laws for the people that fit their narrative, that strengthen their agenda. And guess what? They're allowing all the illegal aliens to come into our country. So guess what? Black people, wake up. You're not going to be that important anymore. They're not going to need you as much. That's why they're recruiting more and more people from the border. They got the border wide open because guess what? They're going to lean on those people and not on you. And of course, within the state, these kids, they're demasculating and removing their breasts, that they're mutilating and removing their breasts and their penises. They want to get them brainwashed, so they'll vote for them as well. So Kamala is not for black people. She is a part-time black person. She only plays the black card when expedient for Kamala Harris. Some of you are so blind. Some of you are so blind. I talked to a brother today, dialoguing on social media, who told me point blank, he is a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat, and he gonna vote Democratic come hell or high water. He doesn't care. Those are the kind of black people Hillary, Obama, and Kamala like. Those Negroes who are brainwashed to the grave. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, dude, you are brainwashed all the way through and through. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. It is what it is.
Madeline, good to see you.
It is. It is. So let me go and introduce Madeline Breen is the lady to your right, the older lady with the dog tag on her. Her son was in the military and he got killed by a gang of youngsters. And the people in New York, Alvin Bragg and all those other people did not give them justice. And she became a staunch advocate speaking out against Alvin Bragg and that Democratic leadership. The other young lady, I can't remember her name, but they'll give it. But they're going to give you their take on Kamala Harris. Listen up, please.
Have left their old party and are now voting for Trump.
They were
Latina
former
Brown and
Democrats.
Madeline Brame. Madeline, good to see you. We'll start with you. You know, she's been vice president for almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Obama was president for 8 years as a black man. So is playing the race card here really a smart strategy?
You know, thank you so much, Laura, for having me once again on your show. It is absolutely the most silliest thing that they could possibly do, because most African Americans know that the illegals' benefit card is worth more than our worthless black card. So why would we care about who?
Wow, I like what she just said. Here she said the illegals' benefit card now is worth more than the black card because they're being put up in the poshest hotels. They're being given iPhones and debit cards and first place in line. They are wooing illegal aliens who come into this country and murder. Let me go here. They are wooing illegal aliens who come into this country and murder, come and rape, murder, break our laws, use our hospitals, overrun our schools, and we reward them. We reward them over our military veterans. We reward people who come across the border illegally. At that same conversation again with a guy today, upset with me because I'm against people trying to come to the United States to have a better way of life. They can come, but come illegally. Come legally. Trump said, come legally. Come the legal way. It's like people encouraging these folk to break our laws, to rob and steal and cheat. So these men come and rape and murder our wives and our children. What do you expect when the Democratic Party has sold their soul to the devil so they can stay in power? I'm just saying it is what it is. Let's go and let them finish.
Kamala Harris is about her race or her gender. We care about the policies that she has pushed with Joe Biden for the past 3.5 years. We are struggling. We can't even make ends meet. You talked about retirement earlier. I have to work till I'm 70 years old in order to get my full retirement. So, no, Black America is not supporting Kamala Harris, all right? Her color has nothing to do with the failed policies that she has championed and stood on for 3.5 years.
Now, people have called Kamala the DEI candidate, but Democrats, they don't like that.
Whenever you hear DEI, I want you to think about the N-word. I want you to think about racial slurs. That's what they actually mean.
Man, you see that? You see that? You see that? This is, you talk about divisive. You talk about selfish. These people These people, man, these people. This guy literally said, when you heard him say DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, he said, think nigger. He says, think about the N word. He's saying when they say she's a DEI, they're letting you know that she's the N word and don't vote for her. They're playing a race card, man. They think we're stupid. They're going for the low hanging fruit. They're going for the low hanging fruit. They doing exactly what they did to get Barack Obama elected. They're appealing to white America to be afraid to vote against her. Vote against this person because she is not right for America. Don't get caught up in that. They're saying the N word. White America, please don't fall for this crap. Oh, excuse me. Let me come back because I got caught up for a minute. Man, this is crazy.
Latina.
Let me go back. Let me go back and let you hear him again.
For 3.5 years.
Just listen. Listen
Now,
again.
people have called Kamala the DEI candidate, but Democrats, they don't like that.
This is bad.
Whenever you hear DEI, I want you to think about the N-word. I want you to think about racial slurs. That's what they actually mean.
Latina. When you hear DEI, think of the N-word? That's where they are? That's it?
Well, you know, Laura, thank you for having me on. I just want to say this. The Democrats are full of crap. And I think that they know that the American people can see through the crap that they're pushing and circulating out there to the black community. If anything, the Democrats, they're the ones who are sowing division in the community, in this country. They're not about uniting everyone together. They're about themselves. They're about power. They're about division. They have their own agenda in place. And this thing has been in the works for years. It's just that now it's coming to light and people are starting to wake up. They're opening up their eyes. And I'm going to tell you something. The black community, we will not support her. Nope. You know, they can try to race bait us. Nope. They can try to push the gender agenda in our community.
And speaking of that, Latina, speaking of that, I got a place because they're starting this pressure campaign for any black person or minority who is not considering voting for Kamala.
You're going to look real crazy being on the other side of that line, particularly as a person of color, but really as anyone who claims to have any connection to the culture. You're going to look real weird and real lonely on that side.
All right, one line from each of you. Madeline, you're going to look really weird, Madeline, if you don't support her.
You know, I'm not paying her no mind. You know, I'm not supporting Kamala Harris because I don't believe in the continued genocide of black babies in the womb through abortion, where she's pushing tooth and nail, even to the 3rd trimester. You know, I don't believe in that, and I don't support that, and I don't believe that most of the, especially black women in the black community, support that.
Latina, you're weird if you don't support Kamala Harris. You're weird.
Well, you know, I think, you know, that's a weird statement coming from, you know, Miss Reed. I don't think she's all there mentally. God help us all.
No, let's be nice.
No disrespect.
She's very nice. She's very nice to me in the elevator. We sometimes ride the elevator together, and she's actually a very.
Wow, now Laura, you being nice because that woman, Joy Reid has sold her soul to the devil. She is crazy. She is weird. She's a nutbag. She's a nutcase. Joy Reid has sold her soul to the devil. And even when she talks, you talking about every time somebody mouths the moon, they line. That's that Joy Reid. Oh my God. See, I talked today to a couple of guys, and this guy tried to say, well, you don't tell me how to vote, I won't tell you how to vote. Don't try to make me feel bad. I said, wait a minute, bro. I said, it's not the conservatives that are trying to make Black Democrats feel bad. It's you guys who try to ostracize and shame us Blacks, as Joy Reid just tried to do. The Black Democrats try to ostracize and shame Black conservatives, saying you for them white people, you for them racist white people who hung us, who enslaved us. A bunch of uneducated, brainwashed Negroes. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna close out with this final individual, and he's gonna highlight it for us. We're gonna bring to the stage.
Agenda. One of the things. I get a witness.
Pastor Wooten, a pastor out of California, who knows Kamala Harris like nobody else. And let's hear him for a moment.
I get a witness. Don't you let him. Because you see, these people have an agenda. And their agenda, one of the things, is to get rid of the church. To get rid of the church. To have abortion on demand. To the promotion of all things LGBTQ. You know, Kamala Harris, she's running for the vice presidency. I call her Miss Lock Up Her Brother, for when she was the AG in California, a Negro knew, a black man knew that he was dead in the water. He was dead in the water. Matter of fact, you don't need a trial. You might well go to jail if you appear before her, because she took pride in locking up black folk.
Wait a minute. What'd he say? Listen, young men. Listen, young men. Before you dare think about voting for this woman, this man who lives in California is telling you that Kamala Harris took pride. She was a DA in San Francisco. He said she took pride in locking brothers up. I mean, he said she locked brothers up left and right. So, hey, man, I'm just going to tell you, let's play that one more time before we close.
If you appear before her, because she took pride in locking up black folk. And now all of a sudden she's trying to be sister girl. I'm telling you, check out her record. She locked us up left and right. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, you did, Kamala, however I should pronounce it, you did. And now we're supposed to forget all that stuff. And she boasted in California that she was one of the first. I got the tape cued, but my time's up today. One of the first I showed you Thursday night, to perform a same-sex marriage. Y'all want to see it? You want to see it? Let it rip.
Man, I tell you the truth. I tell you. Listen to me. Some of you who maybe follow me, especially our Black community, some of you are not going to like this video. Some of you are going to, of course, do what Joy Reid attempted to do to many of us, to shame us, ostracize us. People going to look at us funny because we don't vote for Kamala. Kamala is bad for the Black community. She only wants to be Black when it's expedient for her. And any other time she wants to be known like her mother, an Indian. She don't want to claim a Jamaican side. She wants to be Indian when it's convenient for her. She, like Hillary, she like Barack, they all are leftists, hungry for power, who want to live in the whitest part of America, which is the East Coast. Barack, who supposed to be this super Black guy, he lives in the whitest part of America, the Hamptons, Martha's Vineyard. Listen, people. Listen, Black America. You're being brainwashed. I don't care how passionate you are about Kamala or Barack, whoever. You all have been played like suckers. And when they get enough Latinos and Hispanics in here to vote for them, you're going to be an afterthought. Look up the people in Chicago. The Black folk in Chicago are ticked off because they're seeing it firsthand. So, hey, my time is up. But let me tell you, do not vote for Kamala Harris. Do not. Okay? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. God bless you. And God keep you. Till next time. Oh yeah, I'm Michael Roy. I approve this message. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.